What is going on, y'all? The Phoenix Force zombie deck has been a force at High Infinite. I linked up with the guy who made the deck to get some really interesting gameplay tips and also coaching so you can now understand how to play one of the hardest and consequentially most underrated decks in Marvel Snap. This is the list. Now, it was put together by the Phoenix Force master himself, Jet. Now, this is a deck that is not like other Phoenix Force decks, where other Phoenix Force decks look at Phoenix Force as a force multiplier in terms of, I'm going to get a multiple man and copy it a bunch of times. What this deck is trying to do is use Phoenix Force as an absorbing man type card. What this deck is trying to do is use Phoenix Force to repeat on reveals that gain power. Now, the key interaction in this deck, the key combo, is effectively using Superior Spider-Man to play a zombie giant man on turn 4, killing it off on turn 5, having a Kid Omega on the board for turn 6, using Phoenix Force to revive the zombie giant man that gets Kid Omega'd, then Elixir, because the zombie giant man did die on turn 5, brings back the Phoenix Forced multi-procced zombie giant man. Ideally, at some point, you may have also played a Fire Hair or other things of that nature. That's the big combo in this list, because I expect a lot of people to be asking about Adamantium Infusion in this deck. Adamantium Infusion is a card that I think could go in here, but it lacks that top-end combo ability with Kid Omega and Elixir on the final turn of the game. Because it is a skill, you will not be able to use Kid Omega on it, meaning you will be cut off of that line. But it does target, and it is probably a bigger buff than Phoenix Force. So there are potential trade-offs here. I think it's definitely going to be something worth investigating in the first week of Adamantium Infusion's release. As is, we're going to talk about the deck in its current form, and that is what this deck is. The idea here is that instead of just having one absorbing man for our zombie giant man, we have 75 absorbing men. This is a deck that can go extremely, extremely, extremely tall. You don't look at it and think this is a deck that can get 40 power in multiple lanes. This is a deck that can get 40 power in multiple lanes. It is actually quite easy to do that because what you're doing is repeating the on reveals of stuff that gives stuff power and effectively using as many multipliers as you can on those cards. Cassandra Nova, when you aren't zombieing, is your target for this kind of stuff. She will not get to the heights of Zombie Giant Man, but she is a completely reasonable card. You could also try replacing her with Sage if you aren't seeing a lot of Arishem. She does have that upside, though. On the whole, this is an intricate and powerful combo-centric list that I think people mistake for a mid-range deck and lose because of it. So let's get into the card-by-card breakdown. First up is the Hunger. This card is a great activator for Superior Spider-Man, but also when you're doing as many Zombie Giant Man procs as this deck wants to do, that additional 3 points matters a whole lot. Being able to get even more and more and more stacks onto your Zombie Giant Man is a very powerful thing to do. Now, obviously, as a zombie deck, you are going to go run into games where you can get got by things like Shadow King. But what this deck does very well is have really big Shadow Kingable units in all 3 lanes, and they probably can't Shadow King all 3 lanes. This is a pretty core card to the zombie package, and a pretty core card to this deck for that reason. Kid Omega is what really unlocks the potential of the deck. We talk about Superior Spider-Man in this list. He's largely in there to be a budget Kid Omega, to allow you to accelerate this stuff out. So partially what Kid Omega does is your best line, he unlocks that by blowing up Phoenix Force and then allowing Elixir to bring back whatever it is that Phoenix Force is bringing back as long as that card died on turn 5. That interaction is extremely powerful. But also, he's just a great way to get a zombie giant man in the garbage, right? Like, let's say you aren't Superior Spider-Manning. Well, you really need a zombie giant man in the garbage, so you're going to be able to do this with Kid Omega, and you're going to need to do that a lot of the time. That is a smaller combo, but he basically sort of allows this deck to have a much higher ceiling while also being a pretty glue card for how this deck wants to play out generally. Zombie Mr. Fantastic might be the weakest card in this deck, but I think he more than holds his own if I had to guess. This is a card that is an on reveal. It's a rare occasion when we're going to want to be reviving this guy, but it can happen. Generally, your placement has to be with that stuff in mind. Like, you don't want, if you're going to be reviving a Cast Nova, for example, if your play is Zombie Giant Man, Cast Nova, Misery the Cast Nova, bring back the Cast Nova with a Phoenix Force or whatever, you want that to be in a different lane. So do keep in mind that his on reveal can be both a good thing and a bad thing, depending on how you want to set up. The setup in this deck is actually quite important. Your early placement is quite important. Remembering to activate this guy before you blow him up. Don't look at me, but it is quite important. Elixir is a card that you probably are going to have to go against your instincts with. When I was playing with Jet, the big thing that stuck out was this card is a card you greed. You greed this card to do something stupid. If you're doing small ball elixir stuff, like the amount of times I felt like it was a good idea for us to do like Cass into PF kind of stuff, that's only happening in the world where I am then blowing up the PF and reviving it with elixir, right? Like the only time you're doing that kind of small ball early game PF stuff is when you're blowing up the PF and bringing it back, right? So you get things like, for example, I am going to blow up a Cassandra Nova with my Kid Omega on turn 3, then I'll PF the Cassandra Nova, then I will kill off the Cassandra Nova with a Venom, and then my final turn will involve an elixir to bring back a giant Cassandra Nova. Probably when I'm venoming the Cassandra Nova, I will also want to play a Fire Hair out. You can kind of see how all of this stuff loops together. Fire Hair is good, but the way this deck is set up, you're often much more inclined to play an early Kid Omega than you are an early Fire Hair, because Fire Hair is a lot easier to fit in alongside a trigger later in the game. So, for example, you can go Fire Hair Venom on 5, right? Or Fire Hair Misery on 5 if you have a superior Spider-Man. Get those triggers that way. It's a lot easier to play her later than it is to play Kid Omega later. Largely, there is one major interaction you're going to need to be aware of. This is something that happens sometimes. If she's in a lane with a Misery and somehow you get another Misery, this will happen occasionally. She will, in the middle of doing her effect, count as a card that has an on reveal and can activate the Misery if for some reason, like, you are activating a Misery and let's say you're playing Misery on a Sinister London and it goes to her location and it kills off another Misery copy, she can also die. That is something to be aware of. Cass is just the other Zombie Giant Man. Like, when the original builds of this deck happened before the zombie package, it was Cass and Sage that you were trying to do this with. The core thing to understand about the targets for revival in this deck is they need to have on reveals that give them power. That's really the only thing that matters. On reveals that give them power in repeatable ways. That's what matters. Cass or Sage, whichever one you want to be doing here, either one is fine. I think Cass is a little bit better because it's just a more solid card a lot of the time, but either one works. Venom is a relatively cheap way to destroy that keeps all the upside of your repeated stacking. Like, for example, one of the cool things to do is you played a Zombie Giant Man on 4 thanks to the incredible power of Superior Spider-Man. Okay, well, play a Fire Hair, Venom the Zombie Giant Man lane, you keep all the power, you get your Fire Hair a Zombie Giant Man proc. That kind of stuff is really, really cool, right? This is a card that effectively allows you to, instead of losing power when you destroy things, keep your power when you destroy things. That's kind of the key to how this deck functions, because it makes the destroys and repeated procs that you get free rolls instead of actually sacrificing anything. Superior Spider-Man, I think, is a pretty notable upgrade in this deck over Kitty Pryde, in part because he just gives you more ability to do things This is a deck that is very constrained by 6 turns, and I don't think it's legally allowed to be a Magic deck because you're just exchanging one turn for another turn. But this is as close to Magic as you can get without instantly dying to Legion and Merlin, so it's kind of what we do. This is a card that accelerates our timeline in ways that really matter. Getting a Zombie Giant Man down on turn 4 so we can start venoming it instead of having to use our Kid Omega on that. That's part of our best line. All of that stuff really matters. This deck uses the energy not to like fill the curve up with a bunch of good mid-range cards, but to hit specific energy breakpoints in order to enable certain combo plays. I sometimes wonder about the zombie package here, because what it's doing is, at base, the zombie package is really easy points, really big guy, Zombie Giant Man, and early it's enabling Superior Spider-Man. But I almost wonder if, like, what if we played, you know, Black Panther instead of Zombie Giant Man, and like had a different version of whatever these cards were? I don't think I want to do that. I want to be clear, but it is something that occurs to me as like, oh, you know, that would be like a pretty cool thing to do. Maybe that's like a direction this deck can look in the future. I think the zombie stuff is solid just because it attacks 2 locations. We talk a lot about this deck like doubling up. Doubling up is why the zombie stuff is better than doing not zombie stuff, because it allows your Zombie Giant Man to be big on his own location and also be buffing the Horde the entire time, and it gives you a lot of value to repeating that proc, attacking multiple locations. That's the biggest thing the zombie package does here. This is a Phoenix Force deck, and I think Phoenix Force's biggest draw here is, of course, the combo line. I want to be super clear in case people haven't gotten it by this point. Phoenix Force and Elixir work in such a way that Phoenix Force becomes the card, right? That card is flagged as having died on turn 5. So if you kill a card on turn 5 and you activate Kid Omega, play Phoenix Force on 6, it will die, and then Elixir will bring back the PEEF'd version of that card because it is still flagged as having died on 5. That is the big boy, big points combo in this deck. Misery is good. I think one thing that'll happen if you play this deck is you'll get really tempted to do like a bunch of Misery Fire Hair stuff, and it's like, that's fine, but I think largely I'd rather be doing the destroys that keep the power around than Misery a lot of the time. She gives you some extra procs for the zombie stuff. That's like, it's pretty good. I don't want to act like she's not good, but she is a little bit more on shaky ground, I think, than the Kid Omega and Venom are in this deck. Zombie Giant Man is your big boy. It is not uncommon to see a 30 power Zombie Giant Man, because what'll happen is every time he procs, he dies, he keeps the power, he comes back, procs again, dies, keeps the power, comes back, procs again. You see what's happening here, right? And each of those stacks, like God forbid you have a Fire Hair while you're doing this, you're going to get like a 30 power Fire Hair, like a 30 power version of this guy. It's hard to make it all come together, and it does require a lot. But I think one of the big advantages that this deck has is that it's able to just stack all 3 lanes with enormous amounts of power and say, look, dude, if I'm doing what I want to do here, I don't care that you have a Shadow King. That's winning 1 lane. You're losing the other 2. And I think that's a pretty nice place for a deck like this to be in. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I've been KMBest. You've been phenomenal. And I've got a real treat for you with the gameplay, because it was with the creator of the deck, Jet. So you'll get to see a lot of discussion of lines during this game, and I really hope you enjoy it. This is going to be some legit, I think, must-watch gameplay if you want to get better at Marvel Snap. I got better at Marvel Snap during it just by talking about all of this stuff with the guy who mastered it. Also, make sure you check out Jet's Twitch stream. I will link it in the description below. Thank you so much for getting this far in the video. Make sure you check out that gameplay, and I will see you in the next one. 16 power guy, I fear.
Yeah, because it will be like 21 power. Yeah. Oh, the Jin might be.
There are some Jin risks here, but yeah. Okay.
There's definitely V-Hand. They didn't snap, so I'm assuming they don't have V-Hand. That's my assumption, at least.
This is going to be one of those games where we care a lot about the targeting. Not snapping
Yes.
the V-Hand game? Okay.
I think we're staying anyways, though, right?
Yeah,
because
if they did snap, we would stay.
Yeah. Oh, I guess we're just playing Giant Man, I guess.
I mean, right, I think.
Yep. Okay. Now we can greed this out, meaning we can still play Firehair first before we kill the Jetman, since it's just turn 4. Which I think we do.
What are you thinking?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's like maybe play Cass now, play Jin, and then next turn play Firehair mid Misery the Zombie Giant. Or Fire. Oh no. It's this. Yeah, it's this. I don't know if we need to play the Jin. Not gonna.
Yeah,
I did.
I don't
to
think we
activate ZMF.
do. Oh, true. Remember that they have another V.
They have another V hand. They got a bunch of shit. Like I'm clear on that. Their hand is full of shit. Our goal is to just go over the top of it if we can. Oh, hello. Okay. Misery the... Oh. Activate the zombie mystery.
Yes.
Misery the zombie giant man. Think really hard about it.
I think it's all Jins left.
I
And then
that.
the last turn is... The last turn is PF right, Venom right, Elixir mid.
Yeah, I buy that.
They definitely have SK.
Mm-hmm.
I think we beat SK though.
I'm gonna say we do.
Just on the fact that Giantman is so big.
Yep.
The PF Venom thing. The only thing we lose to here is like
Cosmo
yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
Juggernaut. Juggernaut is what gets us here. Which if this is like Moon Girl into double SK, then
They can't. They have 6
You're
cards in
toast.
hand. There's no way.
oh, that's true. That's true.
The first card in hand, it's got to be like a V hand or a Jin or some shit.
Wait,
There's no way
funny
it's
thing
fucking
is we're
double
actually,
SK.
we're actually destroying. Wait, this is so funny. We're actually destroying Fantastic and the Gens here
Yep.
because we're destroying Misery, right?
Ooh.
Oh wait,
okay.
we get even
Even better.
longer.
Yeah. So it goes Phoenix Force, Venom, Elixir. I guess the Jin can be over here, right?
Yeah, sure.
And then this is just
Jin
a
can-
bunch of shit.
Yep. Elixir doesn't. Yeah. This is good. Jin doesn't fuck this. The Hunger doesn't fuck this. Yeah. Surely we win, right? Surely.
I have no idea.
Pretty sure we do. Only
Surely
way
they
I
can't SK us everywhere, right?
Yes. They also didn't like Jin last turn, right? So they only have 6 energy. They
Yep.
do.
They do have a big Galactus first steps.
Okay. I needed to see what happened. Dice fast forward. This deck is good. It is very confusing, like when you first play it. That's for sure.
Surely we win this, right? Like, yeah. I don't give a fuck if that's a Shadow King. Get the fuck out of here, dog.
Yep. Just for the viewers out there,
Yeah.
what happened there was weak mid, but it's like it's hard, right? It's very hard.
Oh, that's
Oh, this is interesting.
Thanos game. Cass, Firehair.
Yeah. It's probably just Firehair. Like, this is one of those situations where you might Firehair on 2. Because you can kill Cass on 3 with the Altar of Death.
I think this is a Firehair on 2 and maybe a Snap. Oh, never mind.
Oh.
Oh, Cass?
Cass.
Oh,
Hmm.
I think that's actually
Ghost
also pretty
Spider.
good.
Wait, what is this? Huh. Is this some sort of like Cerebro tree?
Could be the J Walla Cerebro 3 deck, yeah.
Okay,
Because
so
Zombie
here
Mr.
you want...
Fantastic to get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So now, yeah, you don't want the Fantastic mid because you kind of want the Horde to be at the middle.
Yeah.
Because that extra power might matter. No, it's not. Okay.
Okay, so we can play Firehair Kid Omega into God knows how much shit. Yeah, this is a snap, right? Like,
yeah.
we do
Yep.
Firehair Kid Omega. If we play it on Feast,
Yeah.
like...
I wonder if we played on Feast, though.
That's what I'm
Like,
thinking.
what does it give us?
It gives us next turn Kid Omega the Cast Nova, play Phoenix Force.
PF.
Yeah.
Sure. Just make sure that Fire and Kid Omega is not on the same lane.
I guess that does require them to play something here if we do it. Yeah. I'm going to say Firehair here, Kid Omega here.
Yeah, sure.
No, I'm going to say the other way.
I think either way works, yeah. I do not know what their deck is. So how many cards does he have in his deck? Oh, now it's different. Now it might be just cast now. And then, I don't know.
Cast Superior Spider-Man, yeah.
Just make sure to not play the cast left, so you don't want...
the cast goes here.
Fantastic to die.
Yeah, cast goes here, Superior goes here, I think.
Sure.
And then...
That's fine.
We have 8 no matter what happens. We just go Misery PF next turn.
Yep. And hopefully we top deck Elixir at some point.
Yep.
Oh, it's a big cast. Like, as you can see here, even like Sage mid into like Misery mid, right? If you're not playing cast instead of if you're playing Sage instead of cast, would be awesome.
Okay, we win.
Oh. Wait. Make sure you kill the...
Yeah.
I wonder if you kill... Yeah, I wonder if you kill it now, though. Wait.
I do think I do, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Are we afraid of, like, anything here?
Nothing realistic.
Like, okay. Because I was thinking, like, what
that
if we
would
just
be bad, but... Oh, wait, no, that is actually bad now. Hold on.
That might be bad.
We'll see.
Yeah. Surely it's not right, surely. Surely?
Ah! It's fine. We get the elixir back anyway. It's whatever.
Are we elixiring left now, though, right?
Yeah, we are. We are elixiring left, yeah.
Huh. I think we need Venom, actually. Because we want to Venom this elixir. So we revive something mid. Fortunately, we did not get it. Yeah, it's just elixir left, right? If it revives Misery, we revive the cast mid. If it revives cast, we win left. Right?
So I guess it's like...
Actually... Yeah. Hunger, and then Fantastic, and then Elixir.
Yep. And we just, like, hope.
Oh, actually, we revived Misery left.
Yeah,
we're actually casting left as well, because we're killing the Fantastic, right?
I'm not understanding what you're talking about. How are we casting left as well because we're killing the Fantastic?
Because we're...
the Elixir.
Elixir revives Misery first, and then kills Fantastic, which means it gives a slot for cast, yeah. Hopefully the Kid Omega mid. Yeah, okay. The Kid Omega right is like holding on. So okay, I think we got this unless this is like a weird location. Okay, no.
It should be the biggest cast of all time.
Yes, it is the biggest cast of all time. Like this, like I think this is also one of those situations where like playing like the cards properly, like the in proper locations, like giving us way more. You get what I mean?
Yeah. Anyway, here's the biggest cast of all time.
Yeah, like let's say, like one of the things I see like people also do, like let's say we play cast left, and then we can't do that, right? Because we're also killing like fantastic once since you destroyed it, so it's a lot.
Yes. Oh. When am I ever gonna be able to use that?
Probably if we draw like fantastic. Yeah, I think you generally play hunger immediately.
Yeah, we have the potential to do what's his face. Yeah.
But sometimes like there are situations where I save it if I have like Scarlet Witch in my hand. Because I can do like Scarlet Witch turn 3 and then turn 4, let's say Super Spider-Man Horde, which is like a lot, even though you destroy Giantman like turn 6 or turn 5 at that point.
Ooh.
It's probably just like
I think it's Scarlet Witch mid, yeah. Okay, that's the scariest shit on earth. We're getting whatchamacallit. You know the card.
No, we're 50-50ing this. If they RG us or Horde. Okay.
Oh. Okay, it's Hella.
If we top deck Firehair, we should be okay here. Now the question is, are we casting or are we miserying? Because misery is like 3 more points, but cast is like sucking their power out. Actually, not sure because we're never miserying turn 5, turn 6. Do we want the extra 3 points here? Because it's always like misery mid or cast mid. I just don't know like what's like the best.
I think it's just misery mid.
Fine.
We care about stats, you know? Unfortunately, it matters a lot to us, so winning the Stark Industries by a bunch is kind of what we want to be doing.
Now we want to top deck Firehair, for sure.
Oh, wait, no. Okay, this is kind of sick.
Elixir is also good.
Yeah, we activate Kid Omega on the Zombie Giant Man.
Oh, don't forget to kill Giant Man mid, yep.
Yeah. And then Elixir it on the left on the final turn of the game or something like that.
Yep. Exactly. Now Firehead doesn't matter here, right? Yeah. Now we kind of want...
I'm coming for you.
Oh god.
Okay.
Actually, that's still a big guy.
That's...
Yep. Oh, we get both. Yeah. Okay, so it is...
PF mid.
Is it what's the order here? Like PF mid, Elixir here?
Yeah, PF mid, Elixir left, yeah. You want to buff the Horde as much as possible.
Please don't get the Gambit on the middle, or the Odin on the middle. Okay, it's Infinite Scar. Wow! That's really bad.
Giant Man mid, we should be fine.
I don't think we're fine. Oh, we are fine! Let's go!
We are fine. As long as it's Giant Man mid.
Alright, what's the haps with this 6? Holy shit!
Okay.
Hog off.
Victory.
Hog. Hella.
Let's go.
Ooh. Okay, so my instinct here is hit Omega, maybe blow up the cast, Elixir it back.
I think that's generally wrong.
Okay, why?
You don't really wanna, especially since you have Venom on board.
Okay.
You generally want to save your Kid Omega Destroy as late as possible. Treat of it as like Venom in a Destroy deck.
Would you still play Kid Omega here, or would it be ZMF?
No. I think it's always fantastic at this point. But don't forget to... Oh. You should like try to make the Horde to go left. Just so like maybe it gets the extra points.
I was thinking it would just never happen.
That's fine.
I was
Yeah,
like,
I mean, we can cope.
Breaking news.
Select from area. True. Now this is the insane thing. Now I think you always cast.
yeah, but am I casting left or am I just casting right? Because I
No.
want to do.
Just cast right because you don't have misery.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you still have misery, you're not casting left. You're casting mid. Yeah. Now this is like one of the tricky. This is one of the tricky parts actually. What do you do here? Like, let me just like quiz you.
Okay, so my instinct is that our 5 wants to be Venom Kid Omega. And then we want to be playing Phoenix Force with Elixir on the final turn of the game, right? Because
Yeah.
what we want to be doing is Venom Kid Omega. Wait, no, how do we make that work? Hold on. We might have to, if we want to do Elixir, we might have to do Kid Omega now. Ah,
Yes.
shit.
It's always it's just KO now. Unfortunate, like it's as unfortunate as it sounds, like it's just KO now.
Yep.
We're setting up like because generally you want to destroy a card on turn 5. That's just a Dracula, right? Okay.
Yep.
Now this is where I wonder: are we destroying Giant Man or are we destroying Cass? This is now I'm not sure of.
Okay, so the problem is if we destroy Giant Man, we only have 1 revive next turn. If we destroy Cass, we revive it. No, we still only have
Yes,
1
and
revive
then
next
elixir
turn.
it again.
That doesn't
yeah.
work, does it?
I think it's still Cass.
Does that work?
It works, yeah, it works.
Okay, so we destroy here, and then next turn we have Elixir. Yeah.
Yep. Correct. It
Wish
does
drunk
work.
fire hair here.
Yeah, exactly.
So it goes PF, the Cass, Kid Omega the PF, Elixir the PF.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Yes, exactly. That is the best combo that you can do actually. You Kid Omegaing the PF turn 6 and then you are elixiring whatever you PF there.
This anymore.
Okay, can we beat what they're doing?
That's the biggest question. Okay, so they have a Khonshu in hand. What other discards do they have? They have Apocalypse. Yeah, that makes
8 off. So that's like 16 left.
Okay. It's a lot. So we have... The Cass is...
How much
9?
is the It's only 6, right?
So this is 14 on the Kid Omega.
Yeah, which means we just lose, right?
It
I think.
depends. They don't have any cards in the discard pile, so it's just playing a Khonshu. So this is 16. I kind of think it's like... I kind of think we win.
I think we lose, but sure, I'm down. Yeah, it's just like PF and 2 elixir, right? Right.
Yeah. So the Drac is 16. If they play a card here, we probably beat it.
Let's see it. I actually think we
fuck, we
always
lose.
lose here.
We lose. They played it on the wrong... They played it on the location that kills us, right?
I guess does it depend if
Yeah, if they play this Khonshu on the right location, we win.
Oh, true. But
That's really
what if
all.
they have 2 cards in their hand, right? So what if their Dracula hits the other card?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, what does that do? I actually do not know. Oh, it discards. So it's still a 50-50, I guess?
Oh!
Easy.
God gaming. Anyway, yeah, that was basically the theory, right? Like,
Yep.
I felt like mathing it all out, actually.